Happy Thursday, and welcome to day 2 of 22 days of connecting, hopefully with someone, by sharing of myself. My name is Sarah, and I am going to make this file public and then also put these up on YouTube in case for some reason other than just this being a narcissistic cathartic exercise for myself, that this helps people and that they might actually want to watch these. I also want to be kind of clear that when I share my stories and I share what works for me or what didn't, I focus on myself, and the reason being that it's what worked for me, and I don't know what's going to work for you, but I know that I have struggled with depression and for over 20 years, and I'm in a really good place, and I've been here for a while, so I want to share that. So, and the last thing also is that I won't be outing anybody on here. I'll be referring to friends or whatever when I do share stories. So, yeah. So today I would like to talk about basically predetermining factors that contributed to my having issues with depression. My first, as I shared yesterday, my first major clinical depressive episode, the worst one that I had, was when I was 22 and I was on active duty in the Navy. But that was not the first time that I'd had issues or emotional issues. And it wasn't the last time either. I've struggled with it off and on for most of my life. But because of the way that I was processing it and the way that things were kind of handled, it felt like, oh, you're in the military and, you just can't handle it. You just can't handle this thing. And I realize now with some perspective that I didn't have very good coping skills, that how I reacted and responded and interpreted things in life put me in a place where I was predisposed to this. So there's nature and then there's nurture. So by nature, my family, I jokingly say that we kind of have a soggy family tree. There are a few people in my history and my genetic history that had issues with alcohol. And they say that for every one person that has an addiction issue, that they affect 5 people around them in very recognizable maladaptive ways, that they all, it's a family disease. So it gets passed down from generation to generation. And the other portion of it is that there are some mental health issues in my family. So we kind of joke around about that, you kind of come out of the womb wired for sound. And as a young child and a teenager and even in my 20s, this wasn't totally apparent to me yet. So I really thought that I should be able to push through these things, buck up, rub some dirt on it, take a knee, walk it off, that sort of thing. And that is, of course, the way a lot of things are handled in the military, and a lot of ways that things are just handled in general. We've come a long way as far as mental health is concerned, but we still have a ways to go. So as far as my dealing with all of this, I realized that I was very stoic as a young child, and then later on when I started expressing my emotions, they were definitely out of scale. They weren't always expressed appropriately. So I was very reactive to situations, and I think that I definitely didn't have very good coping skills. I think part of that is there's an aspect of nurture. Things, there were a lot of things that were done very, very well in the household. There were some things that could have been done better. In addition, I got beat up a lot as a kid. I kind of learned that anger was my safe place. It was a powerful feeling, and I'll touch on that another time. But the point being that there wasn't just one thing that happened that all of a sudden triggered my depression. It was this cumulative life of collecting survival skills and not developing healthy coping skills and all that kind of stuff, that when I got into this situation, I didn't know what to do. And that's something that I feel like I need to share. There's not, this one thing happened and then you reacted poorly to it, or you weren't able to do it. Because that's kind of how I felt. I felt like I wasn't able to succeed at being in the military, and that that was the one thing. And I don't believe it was. So I do want to, oh gosh, there's so many other things that I want to talk about, but we'll move on to those in the future because it's 5 minutes and that's my time. And I hope that this maybe, like I said, I'll focus on myself. You may relate to it. And if you do, that's fantastic. That's connection. But if you don't, then, maybe this one isn't for you. Maybe the next one will kind of spark something with you. I hope so. And I appreciate whoever has been watching these because it helps me to revisit and I learn more about myself and I kind of solidify those things that have worked for me and keep me healthy and happy now. So I really appreciate it. Hopefully you go out today and connect with somebody. Thank you.